Yo, what's up, guys? Um, I'm gonna be doing another post breakdown. This was a post I did on March 26th. So, you know, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, a couple months ago. A couple months ago. This one I kind of fucked with it and I just felt like talking about it because why not? Okay, so let's see, let's just get into it. Boom, full picture. Okay. Say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. Yeah, I fucked with this. I don't I don't know which book this is from, where it's at in the Bible, but it's in there. Just Google that shit. I just like this one because the other one, they compare and contrast. You get you'll see. If you saw it, you saw it. Boom, some jujitsu, rolling with Omer Savage. I haven't seen him in a minute, but yeah, this was a good roll. This was a while ago. Okay, some skateboarding. Also a while ago, question mark? Yeah, yeah. March 26th was a while ago. Okay. Next. Ooh, right here. So woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him. So those two, sorry about that. I put that on so I don't freaking doom scroll for hopefully don't doom scroll for more than 15 minutes. It just pops up, reminds me like, hey, get the fuck off Instagram. So if you guys struggle with Instagram and just doom scrolling all that bullshit, I suggest putting a time lock on it and then you could like you saw, you could change it. I think you could change it to like 10, 15, 20 minutes, however long. I put it to 15 because yeah. Anyways, so back to this. So I fucked with these two. I'm gonna just call them precepts. I fucked with these two precepts because like I said, they're opposite. But I like this one. The woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him. I like that, it says woe unto the wicked. So like woe, I believe means destruction or something like that. Um, I like to think of it as this is just me. This is my opinion. Like I said, woe, it's like you're like shutting them. It's like, whoa, I'm not telling the wicked, me personally, I wouldn't say, I destroy you or anything like that. I'm just like, whoa to the wicked. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. Excuse me. Frick that. You know what I'm saying? So, woe unto the wicked. It shall be ill with him. Obviously, everyone, you might not believe, what in the most high or whatever, you might believe in karma, you might believe in the universe, whatever your belief is, even maybe not science with this one, maybe not science if you believe in science, but what goes around comes around. You can't be doing bad shit and hoping to get something good in return. And, you know, I think, like I said in my previous video, the Bible is just a good book, even if you're not quote unquote religious. If you, like I said, if you could find a way to take the religion out of it, and there's actually a couple of books in here, like I would recommend to, what would you say, atheists, or just people who don't believe in Christianity or, you know, the Abrahamic religions, stuff like that, the other type of people, like who believe in the universe or whatever. There's a lot of good. Okay, yeah, so like I was saying, there's a lot of good books in the Bible that just have good little precepts that you can just apply to your own life and how into your beliefs. Like, you believe in the universe, you can just change just certain things, whatever you do you. I think that's the power of reading because, I base me personally, this is just what I do. I base a lot of like my moral code and stuff like that through the Bible, right? That's just me. Everyone has their own beliefs. Um, So I just fuck with the Bible. But even if you fuck with, like I said, I fuck with the Bible, but I'll still not so much anymore. But I have read, a couple of like Eastern, not like their core root religious texts, but I got into some of it. And there's just, good precepts in those books just as much as there is in some of the books of the Bible. So, like I was saying, that stuff's in there. There's just really good precepts. Um, I forgot where my original thoughts started, but I think I remember. So, woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him. Like I was saying, yes, you can't expect to do bad shit and get good shit. And tying this all together, like saying the Bible is a good book for even people who are non-atheists because it has good precepts. Because common sense, no disrespect, it might not be common sense to everybody, but common sense would tell you, you can't do good and get bad. But okay, so anyways, what I was trying to say is I remember one time if you're familiar with if you're familiar, with where I'm at, uh, you know where that Ross is by the Chipotle, by the Boot Barn and the Barnes and Noble. Anyways, right there, there was a I was trying to leave the parking lot and there was like a beat up, dusty old beat up van, like just no disrespect. It just looked bad, right? It just looked bad. And then I was trying to back out, but they were blocking me in. And in my mind, I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, am I invisible? What the hell? What the hell? So I didn't even wait that long, but I was just like, what the fuck? Why are they not moving? So I waited there a little bit. I was like, not in a rush, and you never know what the fuck kind of day someone's having. So I have a little bit of patience. I'm like, I'm gonna just wait, let them do their thing, because you honk at someone and they're having a crazy day. You never know what might happen. So, anyways, um, I'm sitting there waiting, and then out of nowhere, these two, scruffy looking gentlemen, they didn't look the best, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying in terms of well, yeah, how they dressed, the way they carry themselves. They just like no disrespect. They just kind of seem like scumbags, right? So they come running out with two shopping carts full of stolen items, right? They roll up into that beater, no disrespect, beater ass van, and they start throwing everything inside. And I see inside, and inside's all fucked up, and I'm like, damn. And like, hey, thankfully, all we gotta do is be thankful and grateful that we're not in that position. Because any day, you know, we could be out there. No matter what you think, we could be out there doing that shit. So just be grateful that we're not in that position and, you know, it is what it is. It's not your job to do anything, uh, within reason. But anyways, so forgot what I was saying. So what I mean when I say I lose my train of thought. Bear with me. It shall be ill with him. Oh, yes. So their car was just beat up. Everything was just like fucked up in there. And I just thought to myself, it's like you can't like their truck and their way of life was a reflection of their actions. Like all their shit was fucked up. And what are they doing? They're continuing to do fucked up shit. So it's like I look at them and I'm like I'm not judging them. It's just something I see. I perceived it in my mind. I'm like, oh yeah. It's like their life, their truck and all that is just a reflection of their actions. So they were doing bad shit. So they're not gonna be living the best because, like I said, it's right here. It shall be ill with him. And then I like that it says for the rewards of his hands. It's almost like it's kind of funny. It is what I was trying to say. It's kind of funny because they're saying he's getting a reward for bad things. So, and his reward shall be given of him. And then, like I was saying, so it says, say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. So, hey, what you do is just going to come back to you. We all know this, but I just fucked with those two verses. Omer, skateboarding. Hey, I've been fucking with skateboarding. Uh, it's a lot of fun, and one thing that I really like about it is, you know, well, yeah, I like going to the amphitheater, do my thing, and it's cool because skateboarding, one, is just fun. You get to put your own personality and style into it, just like with everything, you do. And two, when you can put yourself into positions where you almost have to, you don't have to, but you are essentially a performer in front of an audience, right? And I think that's one thing uh I started doing recently that kind of like boosts your confidence, your swag, whatever you want to call it, right? Because you're literally doing something for an audience. So when I'm at the amphitheater, I like to bust my manuals, and it's a little, to me, it's a little nerve wracking because like if there's a lot of people there, it's like they're watching somebody. There's going to be a couple eyes on you, so it's like don't mess up, and then you don't mess up, and you're like yeah, and then what happens if you do mess up? You got to shake it off. It's nothing crazy, but it's just cool. So I've been fucking with that. Boom, and then oh yeah, fucked with this picture. Um, so yeah, roll into the oh, this is okay. So this is why I picked this picture. So like I said in my previous video, you know, I think certain Abrahamic religions, um, you know, portray an image of the Most High and His Son in a way that, you know, to me, I can't relate with. Like, I just like, you know what I'm saying? I just can't relate with them. I just don't understand them. So I like these types of images where it depicts something because, like, you can't say that is or is not the the Messiah, right? God's son. All you see is a man on a cross who looks fucked up in a crowd of people, right? And I just fucked with it because, I can't get too deep into it, but I just fucked with it because it's not the normal happy picture. Oh, and because it has the black symbol in the front, right? So it's got the black symbol in the front, obviously. And then, woe to the wicked, for the reward shall be the reward of his hands, blah, 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 blah. So here, is what looks like death coming upon the guy mm, on the cross, right? And it's just, we always see images of Christ on the cross and all these things and all these images, right? A lot of images, right? Of the Messiah, right? Like that. So I just fucked with this one because it's just different. It's almost as if it's like looking down upon the Messiah, if you want to take it that far, right? But I just liked it because this is just like a normal dude who's fucked up, dying, and it's talking about images. I lost my train of thought. But I'm gonna wrap up this video here because I lost my train of thought a while ago. If you fuck with it, let me know.